How's it going, guys? I'm the Fallen Sanctum, and I'm joined by Primal Latios today.
Hey guys, I'm Primal Latios. Nice
And
to see y'all.
we'll be featuring the lovely Ching Chong Ping Pong Pale Moon Loop Deck.
Oh my god, so bad. So poor man fell loop, as I call it.
Poor man's Pale Moon.
Poor man fell
So
loop.
basically, this is a $20 deck. Basic Periton, and the G-Zone is more expensive than the rest of the deck.
Most likely, actually.
Yeah. Alright, and so let's get into it. Basically, what this loop aims to do, disclaimer, if you like cheating, and if you are probably Asian, this deck is just for you.
This is kind of edgy, but okay.
It's edgy as fuck, but hey, if you wanna win all your games because all the judges are gonna be Asian at Bushiroad tournaments, and you're Asian, you can't get shirked. You just family mindset. You know, you're gonna like psycho talk to the guy, be like, "Yo, make sure I'm right." Okay.
Yes, nice.
Well, I lost my world's invite to this deck, to a variant of this deck, I guess, because, you know, soul charging while declaring to call something and not calling something is not against the rules. Alright, sounds good. Anyways, without any further salt packets open, let's get into the Ching Chong Ping Pong Pale Moon Loop. Sorry, I did my best Chinese expression.
This guy. Anyway, so let's start with the trigger lineup. And let me explain how this shit is supposed to work. Because this is the list, huh? Give me that. First, we got 4 heals. Because, yeah, calling G-Guardian might help you in those matchup. We play a 2-2 split because counter charging and soul charging can be good. Right?
Here is the famous cheaters card. Alright, so basically what this card does, right, is it's GB1, but if it gets soul charged, you put it back in the deck and you soul charge whatever else you want in your deck.
It's the crux of the deck, really.
Yeah. It's how you empty out the deck of all the useless cards, because this is basically we'll demonstrate the loop later on, but this is the reason why the loop can happen.
And then the rest of the triggers, I decided to go for all draws. For two main reasons. The first one is, if you damage check a draw, it gives you an extra cards in hand. That's good. And the second one, and probably most important, is that since you're doing a loop your piece reliant deck, because you're a piece reliant deck, you want cards in hand to have those pieces and to guard, because of course it's a deck that has to open with a loop. As you see, there's no Zazan or whatever inside this deck, so we can't cheat out or GB1. So we need to survive at least 1 strike turn, or even 2 if we're unlucky, match up the line, before we can actually do the loop. So having a draw trigger heavy deck will help the odds of having defensive trigger that gives the cards in hand to guard, or Dratch is going to give us even more cards. And you're going to see that this is going to be important later on.
Yeah. Alright, moving on to the Forerunner. Normally, people run the check top 10 out of grade 3. Oh, you run this?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so we're running both Pussy and Happy. Happy is basically your soul charge draw engine, and Pussy is there to fix the calls with the purple trapezes, the parry. Enables earlier access to loop combos, because he gets you an extra card out for free.
Now the grade ones.
Alright, so the most important card in the deck.
Definitely.
Alright, so we're just going to cover over Songster real quick, and the reason why this card is in the deck. So when your unit attacks while boosted, counterblast 1 to blink the attack. What I mean by blink is you will take this. You will...
Yeah, counterblast 1, put 2 cards into the soul, call 1.
Put 2 into the soul, and call 1. And normally you will always call this. He is your bad boy. He's always going to be there, because he's going to chain into calling this, and then he can swing again, chain, call the purple trapezes, and trapezes will put this back, put it back in, call this, and it's basically Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But tier will soul charge X based on X face up Cray Elementals in your G zone.
And basically, it's there to refresh your counterblast, to do Songstress again and again
And again, and again, until you kill your opponent.
Yeah.
So once this starts, it doesn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Honolly kind of slows it down. Because every time you declare an attack, Honolly will go up by 1. And then they just have to like do twice as much looping as they would to do the same amount of attacks. But this card is a retarded card.
Well, basically, say that if you have 3 face-up Krell Elementals in your G zone when you start up the loop, Honolly is a non-factor because you're just going to counterblast 1 for Honolly, and then you will have your counterblast for whatever you want to do. After you're done looping, you recall this, countercharge 3, and you just continue going. And all it's just going to be like, okay, well, I have no purpose.
All right. Next up, we got Midnight Bunny. It's really important in this deck is to soul charge your pieces early. You want to get one of these into the soul. One of these, one parry, one trapezes. And then you basically have your loop set up. But essentially the reason why we run Bunny, we don't run Bunny for the second skill. Just run Bunny for when it boosts your soul charge 1. Because you will probably damage deny your opponent so that they have less chances of killing you. And you want to you want to kill as many rear guards as you can, so you can afford taking the less amount of damage as possible. Mm-hmm. Pale Moon, the biggest problem with Pale Moon is they don't have any good shieldings defensively. It's kind of ass. Defensive, like Excel decks, defensively have always been kind of peanuts.
Well, Murakumo was sad since Shirayuki was revealed.
Right. Yeah. So next up, we got Starting Presenter. We play it at 4. So when he plays from hand, you soul charge 1. And when he's wrote upon, you put a card from your hand into the soul and soul charge 1. And then you may call the soul charge to rear guard. So it's pretty much a soul charge 2 on ride, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
He's your ride target normally. But idealistically, you do want to ride this. The reason why you want to ride the Trapezes like you want to ride Perryton is just to directly have him in the soul. You have them directly in the soul. So Trapezes is basically you put 1 in soul. Basically, you put 1 in soul to call something out. That's not Trapezes.
Yeah. And another good application of this is it's a 6K. It's a 6K Vanguard, and you do run the 400 skill. So if you want to damage deny while still retaining drive checks, you can just swing with it. And then if you get a trigger, give it to the rear guard, so deny your opponent's damage just to get extra cards in hand. That's always a good thing to have.
Next up, we're gonna go to the filler cards in the deck. Misdirection for damage deny. Dark Lord Princess to take out bigger rear guards.
Yep.
But mainly to damage deny.
This is a good big stick, honestly.
It's a good big stick, but I mean, once Artilleryman hits the field, it's pretty much game.
Yeah, it's an artillery one-man show. And then there's the BDF, the BS card in the deck. Periton makes everything happen. Periton gives you a column. Periton allows you to is the main target.
So it's a mandatory soul charge, and yeah, so it is a mandatory soul charge. And you choose up to when this card is placed on rear, right? So it's GB1. Choose up to 1 card from your soul. It's soul charge 1. Choose one card from your soul and call it to a rear card in the same column. At the end of the turn, you put it back. But basically, this is a loop deck. So when this starts with the purple trapezes, the loop doesn't end until you win the game. You either lose by decking out because you failed to do the loop properly, or your opponent got too many triggers, and then you have like 2 cards in deck and Scoop City.
Pretty much.
All right. Next up, we kind of have a filler grade 3 because we want to be on Songster, but this is a nice first grade 3 turn because we're gonna break ride it anyways to go on Songster, get the Excel circle for the. To get the Excel circle for...
also has the same skill as the Forerunner, so when it's called from Soul, if your Vanguard is the Great Tree, yeah, it's sad. You can use this when you're Stride. However, since your main deck is working on Songster, which is a Great Tree, if you somehow need to make some extra attack happen to set up your loop, then you can just go with Eva, and then she's going to give you that extra draw and that extra card in hand.
And last but not least,
Guide Soul Star.
so this during the loop is going to be the thing that attacks. And every time it does attack, it uses a counter blast, which is why we run tier. We run tier basically for these two cards. Because him, every time he swings, if he hits, you have to counter blast one or you lose your soul. If you lose the soul, you lose the game. And Visible Songstress. She's the blinker in the deck. She's the main vanguard. She allows this infinite loop. And so now let's go ahead and demonstrate the loop. So the G zone is just Gray Elementals. You don't give a fuck. They just play Gray Elementals. So you need 3 face up to guarantee a win.
Yeah. So normally you'd start a Cray Elemental and then G guard on one.
Alright. So I'm gonna have a parry in hand. I'm gonna show you what the ideal loop looks like. Say I have who cares at this point? That's my hand. There. Right. So say we're GB3, right? Okay. So if you ever need help putting something into the soul and you have a prankster girl in hand, what you can do is you put you never put something in the side lanes. Remember, you're gonna have your Excel marker.
I got that. Here.
Yeah, just give me one. Whatever. Say you're always gonna have this. This is this. Which kind of neurons? Yeah. This is his circle. Anyone else goes on his circle, you're fired. Like the maitre d' from the circus is gonna be like, nah, fuck you. All right. So let's start the loop. I'm gonna place. Oh wow, so trapezes.
Nice.
All right. So basically, to get things started,
Trapezes.
yeah. Parry. We'll call the trapezes. Trapezes will call parry. That will then call parry here. So charge 1, and then you're gonna call
Trapezes.
Yeah, you're gonna call it trapezes,
Which puts this back.
which will put this back, and then this will have the skill. Go back in the deck. Say I don't care. Right. And then essentially attack. Say okay. I'm gonna have 3 damage, right? Sorry, just trying to show the entire field. Alright, so this is my setup, right? I swing. I'm gonna blink. Put 2 back. Call this. Soul charge this. Wow, okay. Pending trigger. Call this out to put this back in. To call out the other parry. The parry will soul charge to call out the trapezes. Trapezes will put this to call in artilleryman. Alright. Oh, sorry. Sorry guys. Camera adjusting problems. Alright, there we go. And alright, now we swing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards in soul. So I'm 57,000.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm 3K for 57,000. Okay, on hit. I'm gonna counterblast one. That's good. Then we'll swing. We blink. I'm gonna put these 2 back. I'm gonna call this out. And now we're gonna get a tier. Tier is gonna soul blast 2 cards.
And we basically refresh the card.
And we refresh.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna swing We'll just show you a full cycle of the loop, right? Because now we have arrested artillery arm, and that's bad. And we don't want that. So now we're going to blink. Soul charge this. Call out this. You will never swing with the Vanguard.
I'll pretty much blink that and call it back out.
Alright. And this goes on until you win the game. Of course, whenever you call tier, you got a Soul Blast too, but you Soul Charge 1 every time you call Parryton. And since you'll normally call Parryton twice before you swing with Artilleryman, it kind of just means you will never run out of Soul. And even if there are 5 cards in Soul, you're still swinging for 32,000. That's kind of nasty. At 13 cards in Soul, it's basically you take it, you know. We kind of put a lot of cards in Soul, but like it would work. It will work even if like there's like just like 5 cards in Soul to begin the loop with. It works. It just means the first attacks are going to be smaller or whatever. But that's basically how you Pale Moon loop. Just remember, there's one important ruling: if you are not Asian, then the following play will not work. When you Soul Charge with Parryton, right? Soul Charge with Parryton. If you Soul Charge a Prankster Girl of Mirrorland, do not vocally declare what you're calling. Physically call it out before resolving Prankster Girl of Mirrorland. Because, you know, I sharked an Asian dude on this play, and I lost my Worlds invite because of it. Because, you know, hashtag one color, one family, right? But so just always make sure to resolve all your current effects before going to resolve others, because if your opponent sharks you on that, unfortunately, you know, if you're not at a Bushy Road thing, and, you know, you don't happen to be Asian, then yeah. Sucks to suck, you know, but hey.
It happens, man.
It happens. Next year. 2021. 2021 will be the year of the event. I'll try my best. But yeah, basically, thank you guys for joining me and Primal Latios for this extensive Asian Plus deck profile. Sorry if this was a wee bit of the racial side of things, but hey, you know, tensions rising. Whenever I hear someone talk about this deck, I hate this deck. This is the kind of deck I consider no interaction. And Bushy Road has stated with like cards like Ichikishima and cards like Katrina that, you know, there's no interaction with your opponent. They just do something and win.
Which is a problem with a lot of games, actually. Magic is one of the biggest with it. Because you can just go, okay, I got the 3-card combo, and then you're just going to watch me do that.
They're like, alright, give me a second. Give me 5 minutes. I'm doing my action 100,000 times. I have to roll 50,000 dice. This one dice is 50,000 rolls. Oh, I failed, but I have a card that says if I fail, I get to roll again. Oh, I'm right. Okay, I win the game. Thanks, bye!
Anyway, guys, that was
as always, smash that thumbs up button.
Smash it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, guys.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Subscribe for more random Pokemon. Well,
Pokemon Vanguard Magic.
Pokemon Vanguard Magic, Dragon Ball, Final Fantasy, all
TCGs.
Anime, hentai, anything review. He looked at me when I said hentai.
I didn't do